Hello and welcome back to another video from me, Rough Swordsman Wargamer. It's part 2 of a playthrough of The Hunters. German U-boats at war 1939 to 1943 from GMT Games and Gregory Smith. The last video saw Captain Lieutenant Rau and his crew of U-33 embark on their first 2 missions. They got home safely to spend Christmas on dry land. But it is now January 1940 and it's time to set off again on some patrols. We've only sunk a couple of Allied shipping. We've got 2 successful missions. If we get a 3rd successful mission, we can try and advance the crew. So here we go. As always, Captain Lieutenant is asking to choose his own assignment. We need a 1. They say no. So we roll 2d6 to see what their new patrol is. And we use this one, as always, until March 1940. So no surprise, we're off to the British Isles again. We move on to our first transit box on the way to the British Isles. And if you remember from last time, a 2, 3 or a 12 will give us an encounter. 10, no. Next box, transit. You know what that is? That's an aircraft. And we roll on the aircraft encounter. Whoops, chart, here we are. Now last time I did this, I think I forgot to add the 1939 plus 1. Didn't matter, but now we can't use that because it's now 1940. So we need a 6 or more to do a successful crash dive. Fingers crossed. Oh, lucky. 8. We're okay. And we move on to the British Isles proper. But if you remember from last time, Type 7As use 1 less patrol box in each zone. So we're going to move here. And now we throw on this part, on the British Isles. Seven. Nah, I think. Next one. 6. And that, I believe, yeah, is a ship and an escort. At last, we're off to the combat mat. Here we are. Right. First thing, day or night? It is day, so I think we will be submerged and at medium range. What type of ship? Oh, small freighter. 22. Oh, 22 is the Baron Blythe's Wad. There we go. We make a note of that on the patrol log. Small freighter. And the escort. So again, we've only got 1 patrol box to do. I think we'll fire 3 torpedoes. A little bit maybe over the top, but I want to make sure we sink something at least. And the old deadly dud chart. Right. Just to remind you, we're on the chart here. Whoop, I can get it in focus. There we are. Now, don't think anything is applying to us. We're not using electric torpedoes. We're not at night. Right. First torpedo. Whoa. There we are. First torpedo. 7 or less. No. After all that. Next torpedo. No! What's going on? Who's firing them? Last torpedo. Good grief. We've missed. Now the escort has a go at us. And again, to remind you, we're on the escort detection chart. 8 or less. What have we got here? We've got these things, the torpedoes, the steam torpedoes, leaving their bubbles in the day. +1. 8 or less, +1. Come on, be lucky. Oh, we are lucky at least. We are undetected. Now we could go after that one. I think we will have a go. Not done that yet, so we can reload our torpedoes as we are not detected by the escort. And now I'll just move this for a sec, because here's the handy dandy things we have to do. So here it says if no targets were damaged, which they weren't. If an encounter was a ship or convoy, I can attempt to follow I roll 1d6. 1 to 4 we need. Yes, 1. And we go back to step 1. So is it day or night? It's night now. Took a while to catch up with it. And we are going on the surface because we get an advantage. We can use our special optics, which is on the conning tower during night and on the surface. Well, we've got 3 more steams. We can use those now. The bubbles won't give us away. We'll use 3 again because you saw what happened last time. First torpedo. 7 or less. We get a -1 though, because we are on the surface and it is night time, using that Uzo sight on the conning tower. I think that's what that means. So 7 or less, -1. Come on. That's better. 7. 1 hit. Next one. Yes. Last torpedo. Oh, just. That's a 7. So all 3 hit. Now the deadly dud chart. We've got 3 torpedoes. 3 dice. We don't want to see 1s or 2s. It's still 1s or 2s, even though we are in 1940. There we go. It's still the same. Doesn't change till 1941. 1s or 2s. We don't want. Oh. We get 1. So 1 is a dud. But we've got 2 that are hits. And luckily that means we're going to sink it now, because we're going to get at least 1 damage from each die. 5 is 1 damage. And 1 is 4 damage. Knocked it completely out the water. Here comes the escort. Nothing on here, so 8 or less. Even though we're using the G7s, it's night time, and this is a new encounter, so I don't think we used the previously detected modifier. 8 or less. Oh my goodness, not half. So we now roll on the escort attack chart here. I don't think there's anything here because there's nothing. Oh, night surface attack. First round only. Yeah, I think the night surface attack modifier on the attack chart is different to the detection chart. So it's only for the first round, so they get a +1. Ooh. Oh, not too bad. 3 + 1 is 4. That's just on the one hit. And we roll on this, remember? 2d6. We'll have the grey die as the 10s. 25. Diesel engine 2. So diesel engine 2 is damaged. Oh. And it says, if one diesel engine is out, the U-boat aborts patrol after combat. Roll twice per travel box for encounters en route home. Ooh, right. But we've got to get rid of the escort first. Eight or less. And we've got a +1 here for being previously detected. Where are we? There it is. So 8 or less, +1. Oh, 4, 5, +1 is 6. We're fine. We can escape. And we try to repair our diesel engine. So let's see if we can repair the engine. We need a 4 or less. No. That now becomes inoperable, and we can't repair that until we get back to base. Well, even though we're aborting, we may as well reload the torpedoes. And we get back to the map. As we have to abort the patrol, we now have to move to the nearest transit box. I think we're midway, so it doesn't matter, so we'll continue on. But as the diesel engine is out, we have to throw twice in each transit box. So here we go, 2, 3 or 12. No, we're okay, 7. No, and 5. Last transit box. 5 again. And last time. Ooh, no, 6. So, we make it home. Time to refit our U-boat. So it's just the mandatory 1 month refit. We only had the one system inoperable. So, we are back out in March 1940. 3,700 tons sunk, successful mission. We now have 3 of those, so the crew are entitled to see if they can get an advancement. So, we'll reload the torpedoes and repair the diesel engine, and then we'll see if the crew get a reward. There we are, all nicely reloaded. Right, let's see if the crew get an advancement. And to do that, they throw a 1d6 on this little table here. So, let's see. 5. Crew skill increases 1 level. So they go up from trained to veteran. There we go. And that means they now get a -1 die roll modifier for flak guns, I believe. Right. It's March 1940. Time for another patrol. Let's see if Captain Lieutenant Rao can pick his own assignment. Oh, look at that! They say go on then. So March 1940. I think we'll go somewhere where it's warm. Let's go to the Spanish coast. Right, we're off down here. So, first transit box. 2, 3 or 12? 5, no. So we move on. Seven, no, we're okay. So, we're at the Spanish coast. We've got a new column to look on. It's one here. Let's see what we get. Nine. Ah, nothing. Nothing. Forgot to move an extra space because it's the 7A. So we're there. Let's see. Come on, let's get something. 5. And 5. It's a ship and escort. Good. Here we go. Day or night? It is day. So we'll move that back to here. Thank you very much. What sort of ship? Oh, tanker. And it is 3. 8,500 ton British Influence. That's our first tanker. So there we go. We need 3 damage. And our escort. Okay. From previous experience, I think we'll chuck all our forward torpedoes at it. Whoops. There we go. One more. Oh, nearly forgot. Submerged. We don't want to be on the surface. So, medium range, 7 or less. Nothing to add on. No, 7 or less. So, first torpedo. No, oh dear. Next one. Yes, that hits. Third torpedo. Yes, just. Last one. No. So just 2 torpedoes. Let's see if they're duds. It's 1s or 2s. No, they're both good. So let's see if we can sink this tanker. We need 3 damage. Oh, that's a good throw. 2 is 3 damage anyway, and 1 is 4 damage. Yes, we have sunk the British Influence. And it gets circled on the log. Now it's payback. Here comes the escort. 8 or less we need. We were using the G7As during the day. So it's an 8 or less, but they get a +1. Oh my God, no. That's a +1 on here. Four plus one is 5. That's just one hit. And again, just to remind you, we'll be using this. The grey die will be the 10s. 26. 3.7 centimetre flak. No, we haven't got one of them, so that's lucky. We've got a 2 centimetre flak. Right, here we go again. This time though, it's +1 for using the bubbly steams, but also another +1 for being previously detected. So +2. 7, 8, 9. How many hits? 7. 2 hits. First one. 36. Deck gun. Oh, crikey. So we're going to plop that on the deck gun. $13. Crew injury. No. So we throw a 2d6 on here to see who gets injured, and then we throw on this one to see how badly they are injured. Six, so you can see that. That's a crew member. How badly injured? 6. Crikey. Here we go again. 8 or less, but with a +2. Yep, we're detected again. How many hits? 7. 2 hits. Oh, 6. Oh, crikey. 65. Hull times 2. $32. Minor damage. And I think minor damage is just nothing. We get away with that one. Yep, minor damage, no effect. But it's coming round again. Yeah, they said. Let's get some sun and see the sights along the Spanish coast. +2 though on this. 9, 10, 11. How many hits? Oh, 7. Another 2 hits. $32. Minor damage again, that's lucky. $35. Hull. Now, poor old Hull's going through it. And so it continues. If we can't get out of this loop, we're doomed. +2 on this. 9, 10, 11 again. 7. 2 more hits. 63. Crew injury times 2. First one is another crew member. Gets a severe wound. Second crew member. 4. That's the engineer, who gets a 2. Oh, we can walk that off. That's a light wound, it just smarts a bit. $34. You're joking. Another crew injury. It's the Commandant. It's Rao. Oh, it's okay. It's a light wound. Oh, dear. There we go. That goes on the Commandant. He nods at the crew to say, I'm all right, boys. But they're looking at him now to see if they can get out of this mess. Here come the escorts again. +2. 5, 6, 7. Yes, we're okay. We've escaped. Rao gives a wry smile and the colour returns to the faces of the crew. Right, let's have a quick look at the U-boat. So luckily the Commandant is only lightly wounded, as is the engineer. They can carry on with their duties, I think. It's just this poor soul and the seriously wounded crewman. Let's see if we can repair our deck gun. Now, under here, there's a little faded 2. That means we need to throw a 2 or less. Let's see if we can repair it. No, we can't. So that is inoperable. And will remain so until we get back to port. Can't do anything about the hull damage, but we can reload our torpedoes, ready for next time. Oops. Whew. Back to the map. Yeah, and you're thinking, cool, that was exciting. But it wasn't you getting depth charged. Here we go. Last patrol box. 11. Oh, that's a convoy. That's our first convoy. Let's get on with that. Day or night? It's still day, so we'll stay submerged and be at medium range. Now we throw for the convoy ships. In the rules it says throw for 4 merchant ships, but there is an optional rule which says if you wish you could throw for 3. I think the reasoning behind that is not many people that play the game go after 4 ships, and that tends to be the smallest one anyway, so we'll use that rule. So 3 ships, a small freighter and 2 large freighters. Small freighter, 94, 4,800 ton Day Dawn. Oop, there we are. Okay, what's next? Large freighter, 51, 7,600 ton Kingston Hill. And the last one, 70, 7,000 ton Empire Howard. Okay. Small freighter. And the 2 large freighters. Not forgetting the escort. So, what are we going to do? We've only got a couple of torpedoes left after this salvo. So, I think we'll go after Kingston Hill. I'm going to use one on the small freighter. Let's do that one first. So 7 or less, but it is a electric torpedo, so there's a +1 to the die roll. Here we go. No. This one. 7 or less, nothing else. Yes. This one. Yes, snake eyes. And the electric, which we have to add +1 onto. 7, yes, they all hit. Now then, deadly duds. We'll use the yellow die for the electric. 1s and 2s we don't want for the steam. 1 to 3 we don't want for the electric. Yeah. Bop. 2 hits though. We need 3 damage. Let's see what we get. Not bad, not bad. 4 is 1 hit or 1 damage. But the 1 is 4 damage. So yes. We have sunk the 7,600 ton Kingston Hill. Here they come. 8 or less. We did use the Sting torpedoes, so that's a +1. I think that's it. 8 or less. We had it there. Right. How many hits? 8. 2 hits. Oops, come here. Grey dice is the 10s as always. Let's see what damage they do this time. 44. Flooding. Second one. 31. Flooding again. That's the hits. I'll just move that to 0. But now we have to check to see if there's additional flooding before the next round of combat. 1 to 4, it's okay. 5 to 6, additional flooding. Additional flooding. And here we go again, but it's a +2 because of the Sting torpedoes and previously detected 8 or less. No, no! 11, 12, 13. So that's a +1 modifier. 7 +1 is 8. 2 hits again. 43. Flooding! No! Whoops. $23. Diesel engine 1. No. Diesel engine 1. Oh, not going into focus. I'll stick that on diesel engine 1 then. Ah, here we go again. Once more, the crew are looking to Captain Lieutenant Rao for inspiration. 7 plus 2 because of the steam torpedoes and previously detected. Here we go again. 9. 3 hits. First one. 61. Hydrophones. Hydrophones. Sorry, I can't get it in focus for some reason. That means we can't take proper evasive action. Apply a +1 modifier to the escort air attack chart, which tells us the number of hits we take. Next one. 23. Diesel engine 1. Lucky. It can't be hit again. Oop. 22. Electric engine 2. I'll try, but I don't think it's coming in focus. But electric engine 2, there we are. That's another +1 modifier on the 2 hit table. Oh. Eight or less with lots of positive modifiers. 6. 1 for the steam torpedoes and 1 for previously detected. That's 8. We've escaped. I've cleared the combat mat because I don't think we're following. So we creep away. We'll try and repair the U-boat. So lots of damage to try and repair. I actually forgot to roll for additional flooding in one of the rounds, but even if we rolled for additional flooding, we would have been okay. So we can pump the water out. Deck gun we can't do, if you remember, that's inoperable. Let's try the electric engine, number 2, 4 or less. 4. That's okay. Diesel engine, number 1, 4 or less. Yes. And the hydrophones, 2 or less. No. They are inoperable. So it's probably a good thing we didn't follow that convoy with the hydrophones out and only 2 torpedoes left. Okay, so let's reload those. And be on our merry way. So, our first transit box home. 2, 3 or 12. No, we've got an aircraft. Just as we're on our way home, so we've got to throw on the aircraft encounter chart. We don't have any modifiers. That's better. So, 6 or more. No! 5. That's one attack and a crew injury. So we now throw on this chart to see how many hits they do, plus a crew injury. And they get a +2, look. Nine. +2. 11. +1 for the hydrophones. 12. 5 hits. We better get back to the combat mat. 5 hits. They're ruining the day. Captain Raul thought it was a good idea to go along the Spanish coast. 5 hits plus a crew injury. Here we go. First one. I don't believe it. 24. Flak is flak guns. I can't fire back. Although, having said that, it is simultaneous. So I'll pop that on. But we will be getting a go back. Next one. 43. Flooding, here we go again. Oops, let's get that. There we are. .36. That's the deck gun. That's already inoperable. Can't do any more damage to that. .26. 3.7 centimetre flak. No, we haven't got one of them. And it's damaged anyway. .63. Crew injury ×2. Plus the other one we've got to do. Right. Okay. Well, I'll move that back. And then we'll do 3 crew injuries. So the first one. That's the second watch officer. Light wound. So I'll just stick that on the second watch officer. Second one. 10, it's the second watch officer again. Severe wound. Last one. They've got it in for the second watch officer. So, let's hope he gets a light wound. If he gets a severe wound, he will be killed in action. 3. That's a light wound, so he stays as severely wounded. Right, hope I haven't missed any out. I think I've got them all. It's now our turn. See if we can shoot it out the sky. So we throw on here. And oh, look, we have +1. We've got to get 3 or less. 2d6. That's a miss, so we've got to roll for an additional round of combat. But we want 6 or more then. Sorry about that. In my excitement, I forgot to keep an eye on the amount of memory I had left on my phone and run out. Just at the wrong moment. So, we fired our flak guns. We missed. That means we have to throw for an additional round of combat, and we threw a 3. Now, it's fortuitous that it run out because I forgot, again, in my excitement, to show you what we're actually rolling on. We're rolling on the additional round of combat chart here. That's why I said 6 or more. But we threw a 3. It says escort. So the pesky aircraft has radioed ahead to a nearby destroyer, and that's now coming looking for us. There we are. So just like before, we roll on the escort detection chart, but the rules say use that. So we've got to add a +1. Let's hope we get away. We need 8 or less, but they get a +1. No, they're going to depth charge us. Our hydrophones are out, so that's a +1. 7 +1 is 8. 2 hits, there we go, just to remind you. Look, oh, crikey. Rolling on the damage chart. 22. Oh, it's electric engine number 2. So we'll stick that on the old U-boat mat. Last one of this. Oh, getting all the doubles. 55, another hull damage. There we go. Throw again. +1. 8 +1. No! 9. Our hydrophones are out and an electric engine. So it's a +2. That's 8. That's 2 more hits. When will it end? The crew are thinking, I'm never going back to the Spanish coast again. Capitan Lieutenant Raoul is scratching his beard and trying to outmaneuver this destroyer. But here we go. What's the first hit? 63. No! Crew injury. +2. Let me move that down because I forget. First crewman. 5. That's the doctor. And we've got a couple of severely wounded crewmen. So let's hope he doesn't get severely wounded himself. 1. No. Shrugs it off. Light wound for the doc. Second one. That's another crew. That's a light wound. That's the third crew space filled up. Oops. Knocking the camera. Second damage. 56. Deck gun. That's already out, so nothing happens there. Right. The crew look expectantly at Capitan Lieutenant Raoul to see what trick he has up his sleeve this time, because here they come again. 8 or less with a +1. Oh my goodness, 11 with the +1. +2 on the attack chart. 9, 10, 11, 4 hits. Oh, I forgot. I should have, after that round, I think I should have done it before the escort came in. I just realised we've got a flooding there. Let's see if there's additional flooding. We've only had the 1 flooding damage. 1 to 4, it stops. Yep, so we leave it there. Right. 4 hits. First one. 51. More flooding. Good job I did it then. So at the end we must roll for additional flooding. Whoop. Next one. 62. Aft torpedo door's gone. Not that we've been using it that much, but trust me, we'll need it now. There we go. Next. 32. Minor damage. Nothing then. Good, got away with that one. 16. Electric engine number 1. That's both engines out. We already get a +1 added on to the attack chart, but if both engines are out, it's a +2. Right. Some of the crew look pretty scared now. It's coming round again. The escort is coming round again. 8 or less, +1. 8. Whoops. That's 8. 7 + 1 is 8. We've done it, boys. We've escaped. Wow, what a round there. We've just got to make sure we don't get any flooding, but I think we're all right because we're going to have a look at the boat in a minute. 1 to 4. Oh, we get additional flooding, but we have evaded detection. So when U-33 is out of earshot of the escort, Captain Lieutenant Rao orders, "It's a long way to Tipperary," to be put on the gramophone player. And everybody starts singing to celebrate their narrow escape from that encounter so close to home. Right, let's have a look at the U-boat. Wow, what about that? Look at it, look. Well, let's see what we can repair. First of all, we'll get the engineer to pump out the flooding. Now we'll look at the flak gun, and we need 2 or less for that. Here we go. 2, yes. Electric engine number 1 is 4 or less. Yes. Whoop. That's a 3. And electric engine number 2. 4 or less. Oh, good. Yes, both electric engines are repaired. Inoperable, but the aft torpedo door, whoops, needs a 2 or less. No, that is inoperable. Not too concerned. We've only got 1 more transit box, but there we go. We haven't got any torpedoes to reload. I think that's everything. Right. Back to the map. Here we are with 1 transit box to go. The only problem is I've just noticed there's no blue arrow going back here. So I don't know if I've done it wrong or it's just something they forgot to put on the map, but it's only 1 transit box. So we'll go the wrong way up a one-way street and get there. We do not want a 2 or a 3. No, we're okay. It's a 9. And thank goodness U-33 and its crew eventually get back safely to base. Whew, time for a refit. So here's our poor U-boat, U-33. She's taken quite a bit of damage, and that's going to take a few months to repair. Here we are. Here's the mandatory 1 month, 2 for the hull, and another month to repair more than 2 inoperable systems. So we're back out in August 1940. So what we'll do first is refit, repair and reload, and then we'll sort out our poor crew. There we go. She's ready for her next patrol. Now the crew. The lightly wounded crew members recover during the refit period, so they're okay. For the severely wounded crew, we roll 1d6, and that tells us how many months they take to recuperate. If it's within the refit period, they can rejoin the rest of the crew, but if not, they are replaced. So, oops. Our gallant second watch officer took the brunt of the aircraft attack. Let's see how he fares. We've got 4 months of refit. There you go, 2 months. He's fine, sturdy stuff. He's back with the crew, and the crew member here. Yep, he's fine too. Good to see you back. Unfortunately, the poor crew member that was killed in action is replaced and buried with full naval honours. Didn't really matter with the severely wounded crew members because they didn't have any skills which they earned during the patrols. But it's all part of the narrative. Right, I think that's it. We actually sunk a total of 16,100 tonnes, and as such was a successful mission. I've written all the names of the ships in now, just in case we get duplicates. So, we're back out, August 1940. As it's August 1940, our new base, when we set off for our next patrol, will be France. And that means we're going to go through the Bay of Biscay, which has its own little table, its own little transit box table, and there's a slightly increased chance of getting aircraft and no ships. But I think we'll leave it there. This has been a long video with those extra aircraft and escort attacks. And I hope you enjoyed that. I know I did. That was exciting. That was great fun. If you have enjoyed it, please subscribe. Push the like button of this video. Ring the bell. That'll tell you when I upload. And by all means, leave a comment, because from the last video, yes, little daft mistakes I make. So it's always nice to be informed about them. So that helps me and anybody else that wishes to play. And not forgetting, a big thank you to my subscribers. Really appreciate it. Thank you. And one more thing, if you really like what I do and you want to show your appreciation, you can always buy me a coffee. Doesn't cost much, and I appreciate it, as does the channel. If you wish to do that, there is a link in the description below, and thank you. So this has been part 2 of what I hope you think has been an exciting video for you, of a playthrough of The Hunters, German U-Boats at War, 1939 to 1943, by GMT Games and Gregory M. Smith. So let's see what fate has in store for the crew of U-33 and Kapitan Leutnant Rau. So until next time, you take care and be safe, and goodbye.